there is a $50,000 reward to help find him. Sebastian Rogers was about 5'5" when he was last seen.
Edgar, you had them not say the at-night reward as well. Why didn't you have them say that reward? Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fans of at-night. I'm not the biggest fans of them. However, regardless, it's not about being the biggest fans or anything. That reward is significant. And if they didn't pay for it and Sebastian was found, then let the pieces fall where they may. But it's a big-ass incentive. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Why? That's a huge-ass reward. Why wouldn't you want someone to say a reward is $500,000?
The monetary reward, as conditionally proffered by At-Night Private Intelligence Agency hereinafter, At-Night, a wholly autonomous operational division of At-Night Media LLC, itself a subsidiary entity wholly owned by One World Corp, shall be dispersed exclusively in the event that information tendered to At-Night, in a manner deemed satisfactory by At-Night's sole discretion, demonstrably and unequivocally results in the precise geolocation of the missing teenage male individual, as identified in official documentation issued by At-Night on or before March 14, 2025, and such information directly precipitates both the lawful apprehension of one or more persons verifiably responsible for the disappearance of said individual, as determined by a duly constituted judicial authority within a jurisdiction recognized by the United States federal government, and the successful prosecution and final sentencing of said person S, with all appeals exhausted and no pending motions for retrial, pardon, or clemency remaining unresolved as of the date of reward adjudication, which adjudication shall occur no sooner than 36 months following the date of sentencing, absent extraordinary circumstances, as determined exclusively by At-Night's Board of Directors. In the event that the Federal Bureau of Investigation FBI or any other governmental entity concurrently or subsequently establishes a reward pertaining to the same aforementioned individual, At-Night reserves the unilateral right, at its absolute discretion, to coordinate with said federal authorities to ensure alignment of reward recipient designation, provided that At-Night's independent evaluation confirms that the recipient satisfies all criteria herein delineated. Notwithstanding the foregoing, At-Night retains the irrevocable prerogative to disperse its stipulated reward of $50,000 United States dollars, $50,000, payable in a single lump sum via certified instrument, independently of any federal action, if and only if the qualifying information is submitted directly to At-Night through proprietary channels designated by At-Night in writing no less than 90 days prior to submission, and such information is adjudged by At-Night in its sole and unreviewable judgment to meet the evidentiary threshold of beyond a reasonable doubt, as interpreted by At-Night's corporate counsel, irrespective of any determination by external law enforcement or judicial bodies. Eligibility for the reward shall be further contingent upon the claimant executing a binding affidavit, notarized by a licensed notary public and affiliated with At-Night, attesting that the information provided was obtained through lawful means, has not been previously disclosed to any third party, including but not limited to media outlets, private investigators, or governmental agencies prior to submission to At-Night, and remains untainted by any material omission or misrepresentation, as determined through forensic analysis conducted by an independent, third-party contractor selected by At-Night at the claimant's expense. Should any portion of the information be found duplicative of data independently obtained by At-Night or its affiliates prior to submission, or should the claimant fail to provide biometric verification of identity, including but not limited to fingerprint and retinal scan, within 70 to 72 hours of At-Night's request, the claim shall be rendered null and void without recourse. This reward offer, extended solely by At-Night Private Intelligence Agency, a private entity incorporated under the laws of the state of Delaware, is explicitly and categorically unaffiliated with the FBI, any municipal, state, or federal law enforcement agency, or any nonprofit organization, The offer's enforceability across all 50 states of the United States is subject to the claimant's compliance with all applicable local, state, and federal statutes, as well as the terms herein, and is administered exclusively through At-Night's designated corporate counsel, whose interpretation of these terms shall be final and binding in perpetuity. At-Night reserves the right to amend, suspend, or terminate this offer at any time without prior notice, and no claim shall be recognized unless ratified in writing by At-Night's Chief Executive Officer within 90 days of the satisfaction of all aforementioned conditions. Payment shall not be issued prior to the claimant's provision of a tax identification number and execution of a liability waiver, releasing At-Night, At-Night Media LLC, and One World Corp from any and all claims arising from this offer in perpetuity.